Hello, my dears. It's Resilient Live, beaming you a little bit of energy after your weekend and trusting that you're well. All is well here. And just wanted to say happy Monday. Mondays are often those hard days to get back into the routine of things. But it was a beautiful day here. It was not anything special. I think my heart is still saddened by the loss of the Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther actor. I just seem like a quiet, talented person whose life ended too soon. But so that's been a thought on my mind. This 2020 has been a year, and here we are leaving August, getting ready to head into September. And already we've had numerous things that have happened. Lots of deaths, over 170,000. And each of these family members have other family members. So we're just being touched by grief. But we are here to thrive and survive and to carry on the legacy of life. So we recognize and give value to the lives that were lived. Because in so many instances, we can't just have a general gathering and a big tribute to all of these whose lives have gone on, because it's like the pandemic is causing a rolling thunder of lives being lost. And so I just wanted to recognize the lives. I'm saddened for the lives, but we will continue to thrive and to add hope to the world. Add hope by using our gifts and doing something good in a time like this. So, how are you doing? I know that you are using your gifts. I'm hearing all the different things that the different crafts and different gifts that you're using, and that's good, because we still need to develop some types of coping to deal with the anxieties that we have. It's still, the pandemic and all these other things are still going on, and we are continuing to live, but we need to take it up a notch, because we might need to energize ourselves, right? Well, I was listening to my brother, and he was telling me about a dream that he had, and I think it was a dream. For him it was a little different. Can you have a nightmare in a dream? But it just helped me to focus on the dual realities that we live in today. Nightmare, dream, well-being, or sickness. And I say that because sometimes we feel like we're living in dual realities. We are living in sick world or the well world. And by that I mean, in the sick world, these are people that are sick, that are, but some sick people or some diseases, they don't look sick. So when their diseases are in remission, they look well. And so it's like having one foot in the well world and one foot in the sick world. That's what I feel with this racism. It appears that when things are calm, that all is well. And then something crazy happens, like somebody gets shot, and then you realize that there is a sickness, a meanness, a divisiveness out there, and you want to be careful. We're also dealing with the dual realities because we have the pandemic, and as I've mentioned before, we could be at the park, and it just seems like nature is not reflecting the fact that we're in a pandemic, because everything is growing and the flowers are blooming. Yet that's the well-looking part. But there's death occurring. People are getting sick, dying from this invisible disease. So I just wanted to point these things out to you so that you would be careful. I would be careful and not be fooled by the dualities that exist in this world. We must be careful if we want to thrive. We must be aware of our environment. Our environment sometimes is toxic, and that toxicity depresses us. And then when we hear of loss, lots of deaths, that saddens us. And so we just have to remember that we are here for a purpose. We have gifts, we are loved, and we have a legacy that we're creating. So I'm beaming a little love to you and connecting with you so that we'll continue to thrive, because this journey, although it came upon us quite suddenly, but it seems like we're going to be on it for a while, and we're just going to continue. So just be encouraged. Know that we're existing. It's just a duality in a world. We have babies being born and people dying, and we got the sick world and the well world coexisting. How will we live through that? Well, by being aware, by placing and creating an environment within ourselves that will help us to thrive. And one of those things is to stay in touch, because together is healing. Together is healing. So I wish you love. I pray that your hearts are not totally saddened by all the losses. And I trust that you'll have a good evening. Bye now.